Hello, folks. Yeah, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about growing up in Cardiff, essentially. And if you laugh, good. First off, I was originally from Splot, which ain't too far, you know, it's just a 10-minute walk, really, essentially. And but I don't live there anymore. I live in Cardiff, but I go back and forth, you know, to see my mum, essentially, and my sister and my nieces. And it's changed a lot over the years, because when I was a kid, you know, you go down the road and you play touch and kiss catch and all that, and it wasn't an intimidation. Well, there was a little bit of intimidation because there was a girl called Melissa and she sat on my back when I was wearing roller skates and bit me on the shoulder. Bitch. But apart from that, you didn't really have that feeling of intimidation. Now I walk down the street in Splot and I'm feeling intimidated by an 8-year-old in a tracksuit. Say. It's weird, like, you know what I mean? Their influence now is the kids that I grew up, you know, with. They're in my school, they're on the street corners, and they're like, you know, they're rough, and it's a vicious circle, because that's their influence. When I was in school, all these kids, they were the popular kids. You know, they were the kids who, like, everyone looked up to or admired, and they were literally in the corners blowing spit bubbles. That was it, but and the girls, they'd be cracking up. Oh, Marty, you're so funny. Oh, you crack me up, crack me up. Miss be like, oh, now Martin, stop being disgusting in the corner. Sorry, miss. All you gotta do is make a noise, Martin, it's so funny. Melissa, will you stop making disruptions? Oh, miss, get off my back, you know what I mean? It's hard enough doing maths. This is English class. Do you know what I mean? People they didn't have the concentration. And kids, when I grew up, it was hard because I was a bit chunky. I was a fat motherfucker. Okay, I was a chunky monkey. When I went to the end of school prom, I was wearing a purple suit that looked like Grape Ape. Remember Grape Ape? Grape Ape, yeah. It was difficult, okay? I mean, I was walking down a corridor and some kids go, Professor Clump. It was difficult for me, you know what I mean? And even in class, they gave the teachers a hard time. They gave like 3 Welsh teachers, and that's a hard class to teach in Willows High School, I'm telling you now. No one wants to be learning to speak Welsh. I mean, three teachers had nervous breakdowns. The first one, I can't understand it because the kids would be like, oh, I don't know, chairs thrown over. They'd be like, oh, let's snort some chalk. You know, they'd be breaking up chalk on the table, going, yo, mate, no, give me your bus pass, give me your bus pass. I lost my head. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's white, it's not coke, but it's white, it must work, you know what I mean? Oh, and the teacher, they'd be throwing things, they'd go in nuts, and then the teacher, he'd turn around, and he'd have like a flip, like a blinking figure. Now stop! If you do not, Martin! If you do not stop snorting chalk, you'll be going to the headmaster. What's the matter, sir? Is there strobes in you or something? What's the matter, sir? You've been in disco, sir, what's going on? This is astigmatism, I'll have you know. Get outside! You talking to me, sir? I can't tell if you're talking to me. He went, and then it was Mr. French. Mr. French, which everyone called Wiggy, not because he wore a wig, but because he kept a wig in a cupboard behind his desk. Why? We'll never know. But they'd go nuts and they'd be kicking over chairs. Oh, you know, there's a table, let me shag it. Oh, there's a chair, let me sit under it. Oh, there's a window, let me hang out with it. He'd be going nuts. And him was eye-related as well. He had a problem. If he was shouting at you, he couldn't look at you, so he'd look up. Martin! Will you stop disrupting the class, please? You talking to me, sir? I can't tell. You talking to me? That's it. You're staying behind after school today. Do you understand? I will be informing your parents, if you can find the phone, sir. me, young man. Where are you? Stop moving around. I know where you are. That's 3 nights now. I just imagine what was the matter with him? What was he doing? After class, I reckon the kids, they just go out and he just sit there with his wig stroking him. The only actual thing he could look at. The kids are terrible, Clive. I know, Mr. French. I know. Everything will be okay. Thank you, Clive. Thank you. Shall we make love? Yes. I think that's wise. I didn't understand it. And then we had a really good Welsh teacher. Well, I can't remember his name. And he was really nice. He was a really nice guy. The only one who really could have taken over the class and taught us. But the only problem was, he came in and he was joking around with us and he said, now kids, if anyone has a cold and things like that, could you please cover your mouth? Because I was born with a problem where I have part of my skull missing and I'm quite susceptible to getting colds and things, so please could you be aware of if you have colds and things. I thought he was joking. So we go around in the class and he's got everyone under control and it's nice, and I'm just started going, should I test the water? My brain's saying, don't do it, Kyle. But my heart was saying, just test the water. So I went up to him and I said, sir? And he went, yes, Carl. And I went, just joking, sir. Didn't go down well. He went fucking berserk. Got Miss Dumai, who's French. He'd be like, Kyle, what the hell are you doing? Pretending to snaz! This man has got a problem with his skull. You don't give him meld. Get out and go to the... And I was generally a nice kid, you know what I mean? But before you know it, you've just got to test it. When someone's coming with a weird skull, you just got to sneeze. I don't know, it just happened. And it wasn't, like I say, it wasn't easy for me because I was a bit portly. When it came to PE and sport, that was out of the question. My brother's a sportsman, right? He's an athlete. He's like the golden child. Golden balls makes me fucking sick. Whereas me, I was like little fat ball of shit. So when it came down to sport, I was no good. So if we were playing football, I'd always be in the goals, and I just tended to always catch the ball with my groin. So it'd be like, are you aiming there? Is that what you're aiming to? Aim here, in this or there. I don't care, I'll let it through, but don't fucking aim there all the time, do you know what I mean? And baseball was the bits. Because I think, right, this is the time to shine now, everyone's looking at you, do you know what I mean? You got your back, you're like, because you see, well, that's what they do on the telly. Just hit anything. You go up to bat. Come on, Kyle. This is your chance, then. This is your chance. Chance to shine. You're in the zone, so strike one! Get your head straight, son. Get your head straight. Okay. Come on, Kai! Come on, Kai, hit that fucking ball! Martin, what's your level? Sorry, sir. Hit that fucking ball, Kai. Alright, man. Come on, keep your eye on the ball, Kai. Keep your eye on the ball, keep your eye on the ball. Eye on the ball. Carl, you right? I'm alright, sir. I'm alright, sir. Alright, sir. It's okay. Go sit down. No, I want to hit the ball, sir. I want to hit the ball. It's fine. Give me the bat, sir. Goes the wrong way, Kai. Sorry, sir. Okay. Come on, Kai. Here you go. Here you go. I hit it. I hit it. Here we go. He's caught it. Out. And then the worst is when you was out in the when you're in the field, when you're fielding, when you're on the grass, having to catch the ball. I'd just be out there like